I've been living in Ghana for the last 7 years. I go back and forth between the United States and Africa. And as you know, my favorite sport is basketball. Sometimes that can be a little frustrating because here in Africa, soccer is king. It's really easy to find a place to play soccer. But when it comes to basketball, sometimes it can be challenging to find a place to play pickup ball or go to shoot hoops. All of the basketball courts I've seen here are outdoors. A lot of times they're homemade standards. You know, the backboard might be just crazy dimensions or weird sizes, homemade rims. A lot of times you're missing nets. The rim might not be straight. So there's lots of little things to complain about if you're going to be a basketball snob. But rather than complain about the less than ideal conditions I frequently find, I'm going to use this video to talk about what my experience has been like and some of the best places I found to play basketball. So one of the most common places to find a basketball hoop would be at churches, specifically the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They have several churches, and a lot of those churches have an outdoor exercise activity where there might be a basketball hoop. So I've played a lot with youth, young people, sometimes with some of their missionaries on their preparation day. In fact, speaking of missionaries, I'm friends with quite a few of them, and they actually have a court at their mission home where we'll go and play regularly. So usually when we play there, we'll play the older against the younger guys. So I'm in the older group, obviously at 55. Got a couple friends in their mid-60s that love to play basketball. They're great basketball players. And we usually hold our own and do quite well against these younger guys, although sometimes they will surprise us. Another area I found in Kumasi is King's College. I just discovered that like a year ago, but it's a full court, one of the few full courts I've been able to find. Outdoors, it's pretty dusty, and depending on the time of year, it could be hard on the traction there. If it's really dusty and dirty, you'll be sliding around all over, as you can see here. But that's a fun place to play. Just last month, I was down in Accra at the capital, and I found a nice basketball court down there. It's Dansoman Courts. This was a pleasant find. This is one of the nicer courts I've seen. Young kids to older people playing there later in the afternoon when it's not so hot. But I had a great time playing in some pickup games here. Met some new people, made some friends. But the best place I found in Kumasi is actually KNUST, which is the university here. It's kind of the Rucker Park of Kumasi when it comes to basketball. They've got a nice couple outdoor courts, but they're in pretty good shape. And there's a lot of good athletes that come out here and play. Sometimes you'll get 80 to 100 people there on a Saturday morning waiting to play pickup games. So it can be pretty fun. I went last week and I recorded a little bit of footage, but I do have to give you a warning first. I'm sorry, I did wear a tank top, which is something I don't usually do. So viewer discretion is advised. You might want to wear some glasses that you wore to watch the eclipse before you watch these next highlights. Okay, so playing here, they usually do 3-on-3. A lot of good athletes. This guy that's shooting the ball right now is actually a professor there at the university. I play with him occasionally. But it's fun when you can play with guys that know how to move and expect the ball instead of just doing the ball hog thing. So you'll find good players everywhere. Anyway, it's fun playing with these guys. A lot of great athletes. I'm impressed with the caliber of basketball players there are, seeing how that's not the main sport here. There's some really good ballers here, so it's fun to play with them. One other thing I want to show you is just the universal language of basketball. Anytime there's a discrepancy when it comes to a foul call and disagreeing on it, just check out this clip, and this you can understand in any language. It's kind of fun.
That's not fair. Hey, what I say? If you come on, accept.
There are some differences in the rules here versus back home. One is just out of the chute, they play make it, take it. So it's winners. If you make it, you keep getting the ball. They don't do any alternating possession. Another difference is you don't have to pass the ball in. You can just dribble in or shoot. So that's kind of different. In addition to that, they also can just take it out on the side if they want. If there's a foul ball, they'll just take it out on the side, not necessarily out at the top each time, which is kind of different. And then the other one that really gets me is they don't have to clear the ball if there's an air ball or a change of possession. Unless the ball hit the rim, you can immediately score with it. So this can kind of throw things off at times. So basketball might be a little bit different here than it is back home, but I do enjoy the places I found to play, some great athletes, some fun people to play with, and so I will take it.